Hello all. In this video, let's find the last rows in a specific sheet. But if you are watching all the videos in my playlist, you might have already noticed that I already did a video on this one. But at that time, if you have noticed, even if there is a blank row, it is counting that as well as a row. Now, in this video, I specifically want to ignore how many if there are any blank rows in between. So let's see in the real time. So if I have data like this, the number of rows it returns as 5. Here you can see the count as 5. For example, here if there is a blank value like this one, now if you do the count here, over here, it shows like 5. But whereas in the program, it shows as the number of the columns, the rows as like 6. Because it always returns the value over here instead of the value which is here. Sometimes you have to count like how many values are there in a column, and if we, because it is 5, but if you use the last row option, it returns 6, which is incorrect. So let's see how we can do using the VBA. So click on the developer, click on Visual Basic. Let's close this window. Let's enlarge this little bit ahead. And I would like to create a new module and count number of rows excluding blank values. Okay, it's not taking. Count rows excluding blank values. Let's see. Okay, fine. Let's maximize this one. Okay, sub count rows excluding blank values. Okay, so let's start. Let's delete this one first. Okay, let's first quickly count the rows. Dim ws as worksheet. Okay, set ws is equal to this workbook dot sheets of sheet 1. Okay, so let's have this error handling on error. Resume next. Let's mitigate. This is like preventing the errors, and let's, I want to reset that one, go to 0. If not, ws is nothing. So if the sheet presents, then I want to go ahead in this one. Let's see. And if the sheet is available, if the sheet 1 is available, what I want to do, first I want to count the rows. Let's assign the variable count rows comma last row as string. So count rows is equal to how many. So sheet 1 we named it ws, so ws dot rows dot count. So it returns the value. If you execute this one, like 1048576, but I have to look for the data field values. So last row is equal to ws dot cells. The data is the count rows. The column is the first column, which is the a, or you can also mention like a, or you can mention like 1 dot. How we do, we go all the way to the end, and we do this all the way to the end. So I'm going to write here as end, and so we do the excel app. So like that, I wanted to do the excel app dot what is we are looking row. Cool. So let's see how many rows. Debug dot print the number of rows is last row. Okay, let's run this one and let's see. The number of rows is 5. The number of rows is 5. The count is 5. Okay, let's create a blank value. Now the last row is a 6, but the number of values we here is 5. Now let's see what the value it returns here. Executing this one, 6. So the number of rows it has written as 6. So but I don't want to count the blank values. So what we can do, let's do something. Let's comment this one. I will take one more variable as dim county. Let's count. So what we will do, so we'll here like, okay, this is 1, and this one it is 2, but it is blank, it is 3, and this is blank, ignore that, and this is like not blank, So previous value plus 1, this is 4. And this is also not blank. So previous value plus 1 is equal to 5. I want to do like this one and I will get the last value. So I want to take county as integer. Okay. So, and also I want to loop dim I. Okay. For I is equal to 2 to last row. So next I. So if cells of, sorry, ws dot worksheet, like what ws nothing but sheet 1 dot cells of I comma 1, so this one is not equal to blank, then end if here. So if it is not blank, I wanted, so initially I'm going to assign the county as 0, the value as 0. So county is equal to county plus 1. You can write, you can also write like this, like county, this as county plus plus, which is same. County is equal to, so what will happen here? So for example here, starting from this one, this is not blank, so the initial value which you mentioned like 0, so 0, this one plus 1, it will be 1. And then this value, it is not 0, so it will add plus 1. This one is not 0, so this will add the previous value to 1. And this is 0, so it will not add any value, it will skip, and it goes to here. If this is 1, it will add plus 1 here, and if this is not blank, it will add plus value to here. So this is how it returns 5. So let's see, county is equal to county plus 1. Now I wanted this to be printed, so I'll print here debug dot print the number of rows excluding blanks is county. Okay, so this is cool. And what if the sheet is here, this mentions that if the sheet is available, what if the sheet is not available? So else debug dot print sheet 1 not found. Okay, now let's run this one. Let's see. Okay, the number of values source excluding blanks is 4. Okay, let's have the data from here, from 1. Okay, this is 5. This is 5. Thank you for watching this video.